At the cost drivers of microgrids. And we collected some cost data. We realized, of course, every microgrid is different. You've seen one microgrid, you've seen one microgrid, and so it was really hard to standardize the costs. But what we realized is that it was not so much about the cost of the technology itself. Generation was a big driver of it, and there are other programs within DOE, and the market itself is taking care of the cost of the generation. But the cost of the microgrid solution is not that expensive per se. A lot of it is software. And so it's really about the value you create for the technology and the economic proposition. So not so much about whether the cost is very high. And so in our barriers and analysis work that we did, we really tried to hear from industry what they were thinking were the biggest drivers and barriers. So we called people, we did a survey, we partnered with Advanced Energy Agency, so the consulting branch of the Advanced Energy Group here with HG. We had this great workshop, and I'm going to share just a few things we heard. The report is coming out probably in a couple of weeks, we hope. It's in the revision stages, so I'll make sure to share that with you all. And on the value and market financing side, we heard, barriers on the customer acquisition and feasibility stage, so awareness of microgrids, we've heard quite a bit this morning, the development risk, the return on investments, but then a big one was also value. We heard how important it is to really understand the value streams, but start really pushing towards identifying how to value this great, we've heard about this also, the advantage of a microgrid that can do so many things, but it's also sometimes a curse. Because it can do so many things, it is a little bit more complex to define what are the value streams and the economic benefit. Another thing we've heard is, are the values and the market set up correctly to understand these values? And we heard also this morning in the panels, the technology is ready, but the markets are still not there. So creating the right values that microgrids can offer. And then another thing, a barrier we heard was on the uncertainty side. So sometimes tariff structures or incentives are not certain enough, and that is also a barrier. And I think the industry has been learning how to deal with this uncertainty and risk. For example, with the New York Rev, they changed from net metering to value of DER. And it seems that it has not quite been a barrier necessarily, and that the market is still developing. So the industry is seeing how to deal a little bit with this uncertainty. So with those comments, I'm gonna introduce my panel. I have the pleasure of having Michael Boswell from Concord Energy Engineering Group. He's going to talk a little bit about microgrid from beginning to the end. So from microgrid concept to financial closing of a project. So a great introduction to start thinking about values and how important that is. Then we're going to move to Aikin from Introspective Systems, and she's going to talk a little bit about how to value these DERs in the microgrid context, and the idea of maybe moving beyond LCOE to energy lifecycle analysis. So something a little bit more holistic in the microgrid context. And then we'll end with Mehdi Ganji from Willdan Energy Solutions, and he's going to introduce the smart city concept and how we can use smart cities to drive the business case for microgrids. Very good. With that, Michael.
So, no one answered your question, right?
I'm ready.
Socks are a discretionary decision. No. And follows finance. Now, I'm biased. So I come from the function and the form background. And I would like to say that I think we all agree in this room that over the past few years, quite a bit of progress has been made in defining how do you define the function of a microgrid, what form